Welcome back to Blind Man Rice, and it's a dark autumn night, and I'm in the workshop, and I can hear the owls hooting outside. And I thought I'd do a little video all about taking apart and replacing the vacuum advance. So this is a DM2, and on a DM2, you can see that it's a DM2 because it's stamped on the body, whereas on a 25D, it's actually written here, where the AR is written on this one here. And when you are going to replace this, you want to leave the distributor itself in the clamp because it means that you don't need to re-time the car afterwards, so it'll go back exactly as it was before. So why would you be doing this? Well, you might have a really good distributor, an expensive distributor, and the vacuum advance goes. There's a membrane inside here, and if it goes, then you might think to yourself, I don't want to throw the whole distributor away. You don't have to. You can replace the vacuum advance. So the vacuum advance piece here would be about £35 on its own. And a vacuum advance, what it does, it advances or retards the timing based on the driving conditions using the pressure that's in the carburetor. It also enables you to micro adjust the timing using this micro adjuster here as well. So before I go through the process of how you replace a vacuum advance, I just wanted to go through some other detail as well. So what you're wanting to do when you replace a vacuum advance is replace like for like in terms of what the vacuum advance does. So there are three small numbers on a vacuum advance normally, and also sometimes a serial number as well. So just to show you, I've got two here where they've got the numbers written on them. So this is a really early DM2, and I don't know if you can see on the top there, it's got three numbers, and the three numbers are 3, 13 and 12. Hopefully you can see that on there. So 3 is the inches of mercury at which vacuum starts to come in, so when the plate starts to be pulled. 13 is the inches of mercury when it's at its maximum vacuum, and 12 is actually the maximum amount of advance that can be applied. Whereas this one here, this has also got a number on it as well, if I can find it. There it is. Hopefully you can see that on there. So on this one here, you've got 3, 10, 10. So what you're looking for is to replace like for like. If you replaced it differently, you probably wouldn't notice a great deal of difference at idle or at full acceleration, but you would notice it when you were going sort of 30 to 50 miles an hour or up a hill. They would be the sort of times that you would notice it. So you're trying to replace like for like if you can. Just to say, now this is a really early DM2. This doesn't have the same spring mechanism on it that one does. So they're very slightly different. And then you can also get a really early 25D that has a screw-on vacuum advance as well. So just to say that there's quite a lot of variation in those. So the closest would be an early 25D and a late DM2. If you get a late 25D or an early DM2, they're going to look quite different in terms of the way they're put together. So I just wanted to point out those differences really, and making sure that the numbers match. They don't always have numbers. So this one here, it's a modern replacement. It doesn't have numbers written on it. But if they have numbers, then it means you're able to match to make sure that you've got the same vacuum advance that you're putting on to the one that you took off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the vacuum advance that's in this distributor, and I'm going to replace it with a push fit vacuum advance. Now, if you wanted a push fit vacuum advance, the other option would be to put an adapter on, and distributor doctor do sell adapters so that you can just screw on an adapter and then you've got a push fit. But I'm just going to show you in case you need to replace your vacuum advance at any point. So it's held on by a couple of things. There's this little spring here which sits on this pin, which is at the base of the distributor there. So I'm going to unhook that first of all. This is a nice job because you only need a pair of needle nose pliers. So I'm going to unhook that first of all. There we go. It does like to sit on itself. So I'm just going to do that first of all. And then there's normally a little circlip or a little piece of wire, in my case, on this end here. Sometimes you have neither of those because they've been lost. And then what you might be able to see there is this black or dark metal piece here, which is the clicker. Now, these are often lost, but it gives you that lovely clicky noise, which if it wasn't there, you wouldn't get. So what I'm going to do now is undo this to its full extent. I'm going to put some pressure on with my left hand so that it doesn't all pop apart. You can actually see what it does there. It's moving. And as it would do that, when it's attached, it would pull the base plate of the distributor with it. So just keep the pressure on, otherwise it all just bursts apart. Do a little bit of a wiggle. So while I'm doing this, you can see A and R written on there, advance and retard, meaning go left if you want to advance the timing, right if you want to retard the timing. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to fit the new one in place. You can just see it going through there. There we go. And the wheels go with it. So in my right hand is the wheel for DM2, it has no lines on it at all. And in my left hand is the wheel for 25D, and it's got that line across it. They are slightly different, so the DM2 is fatter. So whichever vacuum advance you've got is the wheel that came with it. So I've put it in place. I'm now going to put the spring in. And with the line on the outside, I'm now going to put that in place. It's a little bit of a puzzle, this one. One of those difficult puzzles. But you basically hold it in position, putting pressure with your left hand. There you go, and it fits on. And then I'm just going to put that little spring on as well. Apologies, it's a little bit tricky for me to do it sideways. There we go. If it's not quite right in position, you can of course move the plate a tiny bit. There we go, like that. And if you had a particular place you wanted to put it, the micro adjuster, then obviously put it in place. Otherwise, just put it halfway. There we go. So I've now got a push fit vacuum advance on a DM2 distributor. It may have been that I just wanted to put a new vacuum advance on a DM2 distributor or on a 25D distributor, but just to show you that it's possible to do that. Yeah. So I'm going to go have a cup of tea, and there you go.